We've come up about a half hour from the trailhead, and we took a couple of 5-minute breaks. So we've been hiking about 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. Just want to take a quick video of the trail that we came up. And got a picture of the north and south twins peeking out between a couple of trees here. And still a little snow up there, but one of the better trails to see them from without being totally obscured around the other side of the mountain. They look a lot more rugged from down in the Puget Sound Valley than they do from this angle. But anyway, that's just it for this clip. Our trail breaks out right below these trees. It's kind of down on the other side of this little ridge, but we hiked up here to a high spot so I could take some more footage here of the trail. And again, the north and south twins off to the right, and then on up the ridges. We'll probably end up going up to one of these points, but now you can see the foothills to the west of Mount Baker. And if I can get this to zoom out, come on, focus for me, camera. There's Mount Baker. This is a great place to see just about everything. This is Table Mountain. I'll zoom in on it for you. Mount Shuckson. And then there's some more interesting peaks to the east of Mount Shuckson. Some of them are looking pretty awesome today. It's still a little hazy. It's about 10:30 in the morning, I'm guessing. We're gonna mosey on up this direction and get some shots of the mountains up towards British Columbia. And then Church Mountain is in this basic direction. We'll get another shot of it with the camera. So that's kind of a 360 from this knoll, which is the first place to stop and take a look once you get up here. Just take a quick shot here. We walked out the eastern arm of the trail and could see up into British Columbia, and took some pictures, which I'll show also with this movie. And a great view of Mount Shuckson again, and that Table Mountain. Just another quick shot of the valley down below to the east of the ridge here, or the east of the Skyline Divide as they call it. Almost looks like a little bit of a cinder cone right there with the snow in it. Anyway, the trail follows this ridge up around these points, and then it heads sort of south and west up to these knolls, and we'll probably go up there for lunch, and some people even hike further up until they get into the snow zone here off of the Skyline Divide. You could probably just keep right on going to the top of Mount Baker if you wanted to. All depends on how much of a hiker you are. Anyway, so much for this clip. So we're gonna, Jenny's already taken off out ahead of me here, but we're gonna head south here on the south arm. And we just got back off of the east arm, so the south arm goes along the ridge, along the divide, up to this viewpoint, and up towards Mount Baker, along the ridge to the right here. And we'll probably stop about right up here on this point for our lunch. Apparently it's about 1.7 miles from the parking lot up to this junction where we are right now. So it's a pretty good hike. It's pretty steep coming up. This is a pretty steep trail heading up to the top of this point. And great view of the valley to the north and east here. Some pretty steep, craggy peaks off to the east. And to the north. And that's the trail. We went out to the east leg of the trail there to this point and took a few pictures looking north. Now we're looking back to the north. So far so good. The weather's holding out and it's nice and cool. This is the top of the first peak that I was talking about earlier in the video, and we're around the south side of it. And this is the view from this part of the trail. Jenny, she's been running me up these mountains. Each one of these little peaks here, it's another straight up hike. She's the mountain climber. I'm more of a out of shape hiker. But anyway, gives you a rough idea of the view. This is a nice little slide area down into a pasture on the side of the hill, and a great view of the river leading down towards Bellingham, which is all sucked in with the clouds now. Seems like every time I come up to this trail it's a cloudy day, unfortunately, but there's still some awesome scenery. And at least today's better than the last time I took a hike up here, so I guess that's frosting on the cake. The problem with being up here today is we're stopping too many times for all my movies because it's so beautiful. Every time we go around another corner, we see something else that's beautiful. I would say this is probably my second most favorite hike. So this is the view. I'll take a little panoramic here of looking down towards the town of Glacier. So far the weather's holding up okay. I don't know how I'm holding up. But anyway, there's a little town of Glacier down the river valley. And we're looking west. Unfortunately, Puget Sound is all socked in. So I'll just do a little sweep here of the area to give you an idea of what you can see if you come up here. This, I guess you might call this the third point on the trail. The trail itself breaks out in this pasture area on top of this knoll. You can probably see it here, yeah. And then it goes down through the saddle up to the first peak, which is right there. And then it goes down a little and up again to the second peak. And then it goes down along the ridge and up to this point where we're at now. And then you can see all the way into the Canadian Rockies up there in British Columbia. It's an awesome view. The higher you go, the more you get to see. See if I can take this without falling over. And we're swinging around into the Washington Cascades here. Looking towards Idaho and Mount Shuksan. It's hard to say. It's almost a tongue twister. Mount Shuksan. And towards Mount Baker here. Have a nice little windy breeze cooling me down. Oh, and there's my hiking buddy. She finally showed up. And she's taking a picture of me while I'm taking a picture of her. So we've decided to keep on going up to this point where we're hoping we'll be able to see the north and south twins with a little luck. Otherwise I might have to keep on going until I see them again. But it's a really nice view from this saddle that we're in right now. And there's quite a valley here. So we're kind of just going along the west side of this valley. And we came down off of this peak here, which I think was like the fourth peak of the Skyline Divide. So now we're gonna mount up and go up the fifth one. Okay, we finally got up to the point here, the lookout, and we've decided to call it Jenny Lookout because it's so beautiful up here. And just thought I'd do another little panoramic, if I could talk right. And that's Mount Baker, of course. And Jenny is telling me this is Coleman Glacier, that she climbed up through there 4 times to the top of the mountain, because she's a mountaineer. And I guess a couple hikes back we were hiking up Untitled Trail, which is just off this ridge and down at the base of that Coleman Glacier. And I wanted to get a little bit of shot here of the north and south twins. And I believe, if I'm not messing up, I think that's the south twin there, and this would be the north twin here. It doesn't look like it, but the south twin is about 6,200 feet and the north one is about 6,000 feet. But it's a wonderful view from up here. From Jenny Lookout. And that's looking north towards British Columbia. So if you make it up to this point, you're in for a wonderful treat, because it's just an awesome view from up here, especially on a nice day. Very steep and rugged up this last climb we had to make to get up here. We probably added another couple hundred feet. Wish I was in better shape, but I guess I made it. And back around towards Mount Shuckson and the Table Mountain area. If the flies don't bite me while I'm trying to make this movie. It's a nice little breeze up here today, so that's been helping as far as the insects go. Okay, there you have it. 360-degree view. Some of the most beautiful mountains in Washington State.